I think we're going to be seated. You want us to be seated? Okay, so please be seated. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. My name is Oscar Dubon, and I am honored and privileged to be your Associate Dean of Students for at least one more day. Before we begin this event, I wish to highlight the ways we can ensure that everyone gathered here for this special occasion can fully enjoy the program. The Greek Theater is at capacity. We request that you please stay in your seats and keep the aisles clear. And please watch your step. Practice safety for yourself and those around you. As with every official university event, time, place, and manner policies apply. We request that you refrain from actions that disrupt this celebratory event, your graduation ceremony, or prevent the commencement speakers from being seen or heard. Thank you for your partnership in helping to celebrate our students as they so richly deserve. As we gather today, the College of Engineering acknowledges that UC Berkeley sits on the territory of Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo-speaking Ohlone people. That includes this space at the Greek Theater. Ever since the University of California was founded in 1868, Berkeley faculty, students, and staff have benefited from this land, and today we are no exception. This remarkable place continues to be of great importance to the Ohlone and other indigenous people who stewarded this land for countless generations. They include the Muwekma Ohlone tribe, the Ohlone Indian tribe, and the Confederated villages of Lishan. As we honor the students who have worked so hard for this moment in their lives, we also recognize the Ohlone people and other indigenous communities who are alive and flourishing members of the Berkeley and broader Bay Area communities with a rich heritage and cultural traditions also worth celebrating. As you graduate from Berkeley, Engineering, we hope you take inspiration from how Native people steward this land by becoming strong stewards of a just society. It is a great privilege for us to stand here today, and we thank you for coming.
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? I am Associate Dean Rebecca Abergel, and it's my great honor to serve as Faculty Marshal for the College of Engineering's Class of 2024 Baccalaureate Degree Commencement. We are delighted to celebrate this special day with you here at the Greek Theater. Today's ceremony is being webcast. If you would like to share the address with family and friends, it is engineering.berkeley.edu/BEgrad. To everyone who has already tuned in, welcome. For those joining us in person, live event captioning in English, Spanish, and Mandarin is accessible via the QR code that is on the last page of your printed program. We have invited members of the University Student Singing Group, Decadence, to sing the national anthem to begin the ceremony. I now invite everyone to please rise as you are able.
the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you so much. Please be seated. This afternoon's commencement celebration is devoted to our class of 2024 bachelor's degree candidates. UC Berkeley is recognized as a world leader in education, home to more top-ranked programs than any other public university. The programs in the College of Engineering are no exception, and our graduates are amongst the most respected and admired in the whole world. In front of us are more than 900 exceptional individuals who have earned a bachelor's degree from Berkeley Engineering. We are thrilled to recognize your accomplishments today. We have a great ceremony planned this afternoon, and we ask that everyone please stay for the entire event out of respect for all of our candidates. To offer the first of what will be many congratulations to our candidates, I am pleased to present Sujay King Liu, Dean of the College of Engineering. Please welcome Dean Liu.
Good afternoon, graduates. Welcome to Berkeley Engineering's 2024 Baccalaureate Commencement Ceremony. Our entire college community is thrilled to celebrate your milestone achievement with you, along with your family and friends, whether or not they're here in Greek Theater or watching at the watch party at California Memorial Stadium or elsewhere. We recognize that many of you did not get to experience a traditional high school graduation ceremony due to the pandemic, so this is a particularly special occasion for you and your loved ones. You are about to embark on the next chapter of your life, equipped with the knowledge, skills, and abilities gained through our rigorous engineering program, and enlightened by your experiences outside the classroom. During your time here, you've had the opportunity to study and collaborate with people from a diversity of backgrounds with different perspectives. Take a look around you. You'll see that our community consists of people from across the country and around the world. They are now a part of your network in which you can find camaraderie and draw strength for your journey ahead. Together, we've navigated extraordinary challenges, including the pandemic and immense social and political shifts. We learned to be open to hearing new ideas, learned to seek out different viewpoints and values to gain a better understanding of other people and the world we live in, to better inform our own thinking and our efforts to effect positive change in society. Learning is a lifelong process, so I hope that you, as Berkeley engineers and global citizens, will go forth with a growth mindset, seeking new knowledge and building new relationships inclusively. As you develop solutions for the benefit of humanity, please keep in mind that diversity of thought, perspective, and experience is essential for excellence in innovation. As holders of a degree from the top engineering school in the world, I hope you will go forth not only with technical acumen and entrepreneurial spirit, but also with compassion and kindness. Congratulations, and go Bears! I now have the honor of introducing our exceptional student commencement speaker, Abhinav Subramaniam. Born and raised in the Philippines, Abhinav came to Berkeley to study mechanical engineering with a focus on hardware design and robotics. When asked what attracted him to Berkeley, he points to the college's stellar engineering education and the impact that our graduates have had on the world. Also, as a Trekkie, he also noted that Star Trek actors George Takei, Chris Pine, and John Cho are all UC Berkeley alumni. That was a bonus. At Berkeley, Abhinav has worked on projects ranging from designing wind tunnels to testing autonomous agricultural sensors to building custom circuits for microbial analysis. But he's most proud of his work with Invention Corps on projects devoted to social impact. From raising awareness about race and racism in the South Asian community, to designing and building solar-powered medical refrigerators for the Pomo indigenous community. As a member of Berkeley's nationally ranked Model United Nations team, Abhinav got a taste for developing policy solutions for challenging problems. After graduation, he plans to pursue a master's degree in public policy, integrating his engineering skills with decisive and concrete urban and socio-economic policy. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Abhinav, welcoming him to the stage.
Just want to make sure, is my hat on straight? Is good? Okay. First, thank you, Dean Liu, for those kind and generous words. And good afternoon, family, friends, distinguished guests, and most importantly, good afternoon to my fellow graduates of the class of 2024. Woo! It is a great privilege to be here addressing all of you today, especially my friends of newly minted Berkeley engineers. In honor of this auspicious occasion, and before I start on embarrassing stories and vignettes about our undergraduate career, I'd like to invite my fellow graduates to give thanks to our esteemed faculty, advisors, and staff who have helped us on our journey and made our time at Berkeley possible. So let's give them a big round of applause again. As I was preparing for this speech, I reflected a lot on my journey to this point, to Berkeley, and I asked myself why I chose this place, besides Star Trek actors. Many people think my grandfather inspired me to become an engineer. He was, in fact, a famous civil engineer in India. He was the chairman of the electricity board in Kerala. He designed earthquake-resistant buildings in South India and traveled all across Southeast Asia, building hydroelectric dams, providing power and water to millions. But in fact, my inspiration to be an engineer comes from my father, an economist who could not figure out how to save a file to iCloud if you gave him a year. I was and still am inspired by his tenacity. He is always serving others and fighting to do the right thing as best as he can. Actually, my dad wanted to be an engineer, but he could never get the right scores in math and physics to be placed in one of India's engineering colleges. And while he and my family are so incredibly proud of the accomplishments he's made, from managing water scarcity in Central Asia to steering the COVID action plan and response in Southeast Asia, I still think he wanted to be an engineer at heart. But despite the lack of title, I believe my dad embodies the true spirit of an engineer, a spirit all of us have been working and will continue to work to achieve. My dad has always worked as hard as possible to help others. When it came time to apply to college, I was at a crossroads. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? And so I turned to my parents, my family, and their values, and I asked myself, where can I work as hard as possible to help others? And I, like many of you here, came to the conclusion I need to be here at Berkeley. Berkeley is unique for many reasons, not just because it boasts alumni of Nobel laureates and field medalists, not because it ranks consistently in the top 5 of the nation's engineering programs, or because of its proximity to Silicon Valley, or any of the other reasons I could have stolen from the website. Berkeley engineering is what it is because of us, because of you, because of the time you've put in, how hard you've worked, the blood, sweat, tears, and gallons of Red Bull and yerba mate that have led us here. And as we look forward to the next steps in our journey, I want us to look backward and remember the path that brought us here. Remember the days and hours we spent working on Math 1A assignments a week in advance, only to push boundaries and question the status quo by starting Math 53 assignments 2 hours before they were due. Remember how you spent so long crafting the perfect LinkedIn bio, only to realize your profile photo is your pimpled high school graduation picture from a few years ago. Remember the 3 years, 4 months, and 5 days of the COVID pandemic that took away our parks, our graduation, and our lives as we knew it. But remember how through all of that, we adapted, we learned, and in classic engineering fashion, we thrived. Remember the people around you who helped you through everything, from the group chats, ed discussions, or Piazza, and the LinkedIn connections, to the clubs you joined, the friends you made, and the new family you found at Berkeley. To me, the most important thing I want to remember is the community at Berkeley. Not just how Berkeley's community has shaped us into resilient, intelligent, problem-solving innovators of the next generation, but how we gave back to shape Berkeley's community in turn. With every step you took, with every seal you skipped, with every class you passed, every class you failed, everything you have done has shaped the people and community around you. I know how proud all of you are, how proud your families, parents, guardians, and mentors are of you. And I know how strong you're all trying to be. Yeah, go ahead, clap. It is an amazing achievement. And I know how strong all of you are trying to be. But I also think it's important to remember to be honest. Honest that we're worried to say goodbye, a little anxious to start a new adventure, and scared to leave the place that has held our hand for so long. But I think it'll be okay if we just lean on each other and remember the community, the people, and the values around you. As I look at the faces in front of me, some excited, some full of dread, a couple in the back a little sunburned, I ask you to look back and remember the journey as a Berkeley engineer and take it with you for the future. We've worked 4, 5, even 6 years overcoming obstacles and adversity. Don't forget the earthquakes and flash floods, the forest fires turning the sky red. We faced a not normal new normal and a goddamn global pandemic. I said it twice, but it was kind of a big deal. No one here should think for a second that they are average, because we are Berkeley engineers. Yeah. We are problem solvers, tinkerers, innovators, and revolutionaries. We resist, we fight, and we overcome. We camp out for weeks in boiling sun and pouring rain against injustice for what we believe in. We are lovers, dreamers, immigrants, and first generation. We are gamers, climbers, roamers, and most importantly, we are a family. So remember that family. Remember where you came from. and take it with you to the future. Go Bears!
Thank you, Abhinav, for such an inspiring speech, and we wish you all the best in the next phase of your journey. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Tony Xu, co-founder and CEO of DoorDash, a company many of you may know quite well. Tony was born in Nanjing, China, where his mother was a doctor and his father was an aerospace engineering professor. The family immigrated to the United States when Tony was 4, and his parents soon took jobs waiting tables. His mom wanted to save money to go to medical school in the United States, and his father was supporting his PhD studies in applied mathematics at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. It wasn't long before Tony's mom ran her own Chinese restaurant, and growing up, Tony often worked alongside her. As you can probably guess, the insights gained from that experience proved influential. Tony made his way to UC Berkeley, where he earned his bachelor's degree in industrial engineering and operations research. It was here that he met his future wife, Patty Bao, a student in interdisciplinary studies. Tony graduated with high honors in 2007 and soon went to work as a business analyst at McKinsey & Company, and that was followed by a few stints at eBay, PayPal, and Square. He then went on to further his education across the Bay, where he earned his MBA as an R.J. Miller Scholar. It was at Stanford where he and his fellow students that's where he came up with the idea for a food delivery app. In 2013, DoorDash was born. And in 2020, a year we soon will not forget, the company went public. That same year, Tony was named to Fortune magazine's 40 Under 40 list of the most influential young leaders for the year. DoorDash now connects consumers with businesses in more than 25 countries around the world. Tony says his immigrant parents and the time spent working alongside his mom at the restaurant provided inspiration for DoorDash. So we're so excited to have Tony with us here today as Berkeley Engineering's 2024 Baccalaureate Commencement Speaker. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
What's up, Berkeley Engineering? Congratulations to the class of 2024. Dean Liu, distinguished faculty, alumni, thank you for this honor. I like to think that I was invited today because my story is proof that anything is possible. But let's be honest, I'm here because you're DoorDash power users. You sent a stream of Dashers to Gypsies and La Burrita. As a Berkeley Engineering graduate myself, I'm proud that we could fuel those late night study sessions, and maybe those not so studious late night sessions also. Like your 4th late night meal on Taco Tuesday. RIP Top Dog, by the way. Like so many of you, I'm a child of immigrants. My parents arrived in central Illinois from China with $250 to their name. My mom worked 3 jobs while my dad earned his doctorate. I wasn't a farm kid, but I did grow up surrounded by beef and corn. And now I'm the guy who brings you jerky and Doritos at 3 a.m. on a Saturday. What I want you to know right now is this. 17 years ago, when I was sitting where you are today, I still didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I never thought I would co-found DoorDash. I never imagined I'd go on Jimmy Kimmel and show him a delivery robot and have him ask me, "Are you high?" on national television in front of my parents. No, this life was not a part of my plan. And I think that's why it worked. That brings me to my first piece of advice. Delete your plan. Now I know what many of you might be thinking. Hang on, Tony, I finally got a job lined up. I'm going to grad school this fall. Man, I've been working on this plan for a decade. I also know what your parents are thinking, because I can see the way they're looking at me right now. Don't worry, I'm not trying to tell you to do anything rash. What I am saying, though, is that if you hug your plan too tightly, if you follow it too rigidly, if you let the plan dictate your life and not the other way around, you might miss out on something even better. Now, as an industrial engineer from Berkeley, who went on to found a logistics company, go IEOR. It might look like my life from college to career looked like a straight line. But I never sought to start a company. In fact, even as I was getting this degree, the one that you're about to receive, I was thinking about getting more degrees, go to grad school, do some cancer research. But something just didn't feel right. I got great grades, but math didn't come naturally to me. I did solid research, but I was mostly attracted to the prestige of the papers I published. My heart was telling me something, and even if my brain couldn't articulate it yet, my roommates from Unit 1 and on Spruce Street certainly could. Dude, you're not a scientist. They were right. I was chasing the recognition and not the work, and that's the wrong order. Success in whatever field you pursue demands doing great work. To do great work, you should feel like you were meant to do it. So after pursuing research for most of my time here at Cal, and after working so hard to get into the grad school of my choice, I decided to give business a try. At first, my wife Patty was thrilled that I'd be stepping away finally from the lab. We met here as students, as people have mentioned. Up until then, I had been, in her words, a masochistic robot. The kind of guy who would take her to do homework together on our third date. And then I joined the consulting firm McKinsey and proved her nickname accurate. At McKinsey, I was a fish out of water. I didn't know how to read a financial statement or how to use Excel. I didn't even own a suit. The first day on the job, I showed up in jeans and a t-shirt, and a red-faced recruiter took me to Macy's to straighten me out. But I was on my way in the business world. I discovered new abilities like problem solving and how to spot great talent. This was only possible because I was honest with myself. Instead of reaching for the next rung of the ladder expected of me, I allowed my path to wander into the world of business, which felt truer to my strengths than cancer research ever did. Fast forward to today, DoorDash is a company that sits at the intersection of technology and operations with thousands of engineers. Yes, we are hiring. Building DoorDash requires an understanding of math and people, an obsession over the details and optimization, a passion for identifying and recruiting incredible talent. It also requires love for the underdog, for the small business owner like my mom, who worked in a Chinese restaurant just to put food on our table. Ultimately, I discovered what I was meant to do. And because I did, all of you ate so many burritos. The point is, listen to yourself, because the sooner you discover your gifts, and each one of you has them, the sooner you can create your own path. That brings me to my second piece of advice. Creating your own path requires great persistence. Your route from here is going to be full of right twists, wrong turns, double backs, false starts, and the occasional cliff or two. So be patient with your career and with yourself. That's easier said than done, of course. Social media feeds us these heroic tales of visionaries starting, scaling, succeeding, seemingly overnight. It feels and looks so easy and so natural, as if life itself should be a graph that's up and to the right. Do you want the real secret to overnight success? I'll tell you right now. Overnight success takes 10 years. People often ask me how DoorDash came from behind with less funding and fewer resources to surpass our peers. They want to find that one soundbite that fits neatly into a TED Talk or a Y Combinator video. What they don't want to hear is that investors turned me down more than 100 times, or that there were more than 1,000 days where I, as CEO, could not raise money for the company. There were some very, very difficult years. This was a company I was born to run, and just when I felt like I had my life path figured out, I was going to blow it and put a blemish on the careers of the people who took a chance on me. I wish I could tell you that there were one or two things that got us through those years of struggle, but there were no silver bullets. We became maniacally obsessed with focusing on what was in our control, executing the X's and the O's, and believing that if we did, the scoreboard would take care of itself. Inch by inch, we created differentiation in the product, separation from our peers, and the beginnings of the playbook for high-quality execution and innovation that we aspire to live by today. In fact, all of us, every DoorDash employee, including myself, even today, we perform deliveries on a regular basis, something we've been doing since day one at the company. We built a company that people loved, and from there, success followed. To build things of consequence, whether you want to start a company or to cure cancer, it will take longer than you want. It will frustrate you. It will make you absolutely doubt and question yourself. Over a bottle of whiskey, out loud, to your dog, at 3 a.m. Which brings me to my third and final piece of advice. Get some friends. For real though, don't undervalue your friendships. It wasn't finding my own path or the force of sheer will that got me through those 1,000 days of rejection. It was the people around me. We motivated each other to keep going. It's often said that we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, so choose them wisely. For me, it wasn't as clinical as just picking people who had complementary skills. It was also picking people whose bond felt like camaraderie. For us, getting the execution right was absolutely critical, but doing it with a great team made it enjoyable, even when the days and the years were tough. Even when I had to deliver 150 cheesecakes in one night from the back of my Honda. Simply put, reaching number 1 is great. Reaching it with a team you love is even better and much more fulfilling. The longest study on human happiness conducted at Harvard found that close relationships, more than money or fame, are better predictors of long and happy lives than social class, IQ, or even genes. All of your greatest successes in life will be achieved with others. Someday, when you look back at your career, you're not going to remember every product launch or performance review. You are going to remember the team around you, the people who lifted you up and made you laugh along the way. The first of these were your parents and everyone who raised you, who will always be your biggest champions. Over time, it will include an incredible community of friends and life partners that you haven't yet met. Don't take them for granted. Show up for them, give before you take, invest in each other, and play for each other. To be surrounded by these people, like you are right here, right now, that's true success. And every single one of us cannot wait to see the mark you make on the world. Congratulations, class of 2024. Go Bears.
Thank you so much, Tony, for those for sharing your experience and your wise advice. We wish you and your family and your team at DoorDash continued success. All right, now I'd like to recognize some exceptionally outstanding members of the class of 2024. With us here today on the stage are recipients of the departmental citation this year. This is an award that recognizes the highest level of achievement in the major. Please stand as I introduce you and remain standing for a collective round of applause at the end. First, Elena Maria Mujica from Bioengineering. Osvaldo Castillo from Civil and Environmental Engineering. Rohit Argawal, Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences. Lara Hana Nabavi, Engineering Science. Xing Jennifer Chen, Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Peter Zhang and Shrikar Munukutla from Operations Research and Management Science. Calton Kong of Material Science and Engineering. Lily Etzenbach from Mechanical Engineering. And last but not least, Yongjia Jimmy Xu from Nuclear Engineering. Well done, all, and congratulations again. Please be seated.
Commencement is a proud day for graduates and their families, and it's also a proud moment for the University of California. The degrees conferred today attest to our students' high achievement and the fulfillment of the university's primary task, which is to advance knowledge. This ceremony recognizes engineers who have earned a bachelor's degree. However, before we confer the degrees, I would like to invite the candidates to express your appreciation to the family and friends who have supported you in your journey. Their emotional and financial support helped make your education possible. To thank your loved ones, please stand up now and give a cheer to all of your family and friends. We know what a special day this is, and that many of you will be taking photographs. Please keep the aisles clear in consideration for those seated. It is now time to grant our bachelor's degrees and recognize our candidates by name. Dean of the College of Engineering, Su J. King Liu, will confer the baccalaureate degree.
All right. I'd like to invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science degrees to rise as you are able. Please stand. In my authority as Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. I now invite everyone to move the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. This venerable tradition signifies your new status as a college graduate. Congratulations.
candidates will be presented to Dean Sujay King Liu by their respective department chairs. First, we begin with the candidates from our Department of Bioengineering.
Dean Liu, I'm pleased to present to you the most amazing, accomplished world changers in healthcare from the Department of Bioengineering.
Damanpreet Batal. Kate Marie Blanchard.
Alea Wadaru.
Nicole Faith Fong. Zoe Abigail Chan.
Cassandra Reyes.
Harry Albers. Ania Roja Krishnaraj. Caitlin Baxter. Manur Hawk.
Cyrus Tao.
Josiah Kim. Noel Humphrey.
Kalyana Tang.
Juana Cruz San Pedro.
Monse Moya. Mridhini Vijay. Amrit Panu.
Ashanti Noemi Gomez Dominguez. Cynthia Gomez.
Karen Edith Ruiz Roca. Denise Robles.
Lisbeth Gonzalez Escarpita. Si Ning Kirk.
Isabel Wu. Ashley Mercedes Teague. Annika Pore. Ashna Makija.
Asia Awais.
Keshav Sam. Andrew Wu. Melvin Soriano Perez. Derek Ma.
Luis Enrique Chavez. Jasmine Cho. Cameron Casal. Justin Bruno Garlap.
Justine Robin Cabrera Puerto. Jamie Walton. Sarah Mektabatin.
Brian Ellis.
Catherine Millo.
Joshua Van Israel Nephew Claveria. Ana Paula Cortez. Brianna Gonzalez Cardenas. Sophia Lundqvist. Emma Rose Calderon. Emily Rose Allen. Yoonji Kwan. Yu Harishima. Ciela Chung. Michael Aston Donnellian. Hong Yu Chen. Clinton Huynh.
Lauren Tan Tran. Rohan Shinkray.
Farah Kayum. Lavanya Jain.
Anushka Savla.
Ashna Dalal. Ryan Idnani. Matilda Ferrari Holtz. Kaylee Kazee.
Dylan Sturry.
Rushil Desai.
Ria Sud.
Patricia Xie.
Siddharth Marate.
Nicholas Labau. Sarp Dora Kurtalo. Mira Kashyap.
Karam Yazgan.
Armand Dwivedi. Daniel Chung. Ethan Chang.
Aditya Murali. Lucas Vivian. Tathya Vipul Shah.
Nehal Almumin.
Emma Martz. Anthony Neil Tan.
Sushil Bohara.
Shira Shabtian.
Sofia Lozano Hernandez.
Julia Navarro Golderaz.
Sarah Abubekar.
Eric Nuno.
Carlos Huerta Lomeli.
Anthony Sizimbra Pentrak.
Brian Garcia.
Lucy Pena. Isha Priyanka Yeleswarapu. Arnav Nagle. Ella Ramamurthy. Elena Maria Mujica. Miguel Padilla Gomez. Robert Menezes. Tongshu Joyce Song. Rohong Roselle Wong.
Andy Fu. Kylie Akiyama.
Arthi Vaidyanathan. Shreya Ramesh. Elaine Tong. Philip Sebastian Viederkehr.
CEE, are you ready? one more time. CEE, are you ready? Better, thank you. Dean Liu, I am pleased to present our amazing Bachelor of Science degree candidates from the #1 ranked Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Go CEE.
Jesus Monares Aldereta. Joel Chuck-Hay Tam.
Ray Hong Guan. Jeremy Kim.
Sunny O.
Shrishti Hazra. Shinju Yael Escobar. Anjali Bali. Jonathan Fernandez Eras. Osvaldo Castillo.
Carlos Ovalles.
Eric Fu.
Envira Moran. Clara Wrong. Ellie Gia Miduri Matsuno.
Aditya Bhaskar. Brian Lee. Nelson Jurado.
Andy Puschel.
Robin Kim. Hayden Howe. Jared Bautista.
James Zoe Jr.
Xander Babcock. Aiden Baker.
Ivan Yan.
Cao Junju. Alice Marie Lara. Gabriela Espinosa Perez.
Titus Ewan.
Brian Amato Rojas. Alexander Max Alvarado.
Jacqueline Paredes Gaw.
Nuri Chapanolu. Catherine Ha.
Gabriel Ramos. Vicente Marcelino Roberts.
Jonathan Dolan.
Logan Wilson. Andrew Oriana. Hudson Wood.
Jeline Jewell. Uriel Dario Lopez Velasquez. Ella Camp. Patricia Cornejo. Vera Liu. Eugene Jung. Noor El Jabari. Christian Camacho. Kaylee Asha Kandelwal. James Alsip.
Melissa Samura Vu. Natalia Mira Verwey.
Andrew Glaros. Emily Chien. Adi Gonzalez.
Janan Suleiman.
Jacob Ahmed. Audrey Hallman. Winston Chong.
So Zarni Toon. Edwin Reyes Barreras. Valeria Mejia Escobedo. Salin Manavaje Palu.
Angel Eduardo Vasquez Bravo. Wendy Lee.
Miaolin Wu. Jionhui Ye.
Yung Dung Lama. Brian DeBishop. Miguel Alejandro Hernandez Martinez. Yan Liu.
Daniel Perez Lopez.
Matthew Noel Jimenez.
Dean Liu, in Berkeley Engineering, we have a tradition for being non-traditional, and I present to you the future leaders to solve issues of health, climate change, AI, presenting the Bachelor of Science degree candidates for the Department of Engineering Science, which includes the majors Energy Engineering, Engineering Mathematics and Statistics, Engineering Physics, and Environmental Engineering Science.
Sophia Morales.
Grace Armstrong. Nico De La Torre.
Antonio Molteni.
Justin He.
Nicole Ray Ching.
Alexander Kim. Kai Liu.
Toshiro Suzuki.
Felix Levy. Adan Lopez Servine.
Lara Hannah Nabavi. Jessica Zhao. Susan Xiang.
Anisha Ghosh.
Sean Young.
Alexander Chen. Samuel Aaron Lauer. Dante Maximilian Hayes. Julia Hatsuko Campbell. Nicholas Hong.
Caitlin Wong. Julie Wong. Morali Sanchez Carmona. Christina Polsic.
Ishan Satish Bhatt. Yazin Jamal Alrawi.
Brady McCormick. Alexander Zhukovsky.
Elena Bosshart. Talene Cochran.
Candace Hope Wong.
Shannon Huang. Joaquin Saul Jameson. Caitlin Hope Birchfield. Heroda Checol Abera.
Dean Liu, I am delighted to present the intergalactically talented, massively overworked, and finally triumphant Bachelor of Science degree candidates from the world's greatest Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences.
Rohan Agarwal. Addison Callanther. Eric Barrett. Daniel Endraz. Nikhil Jha.
Ethan Wu.
Rohit Agarwal.
Darren Selimotic.
Jason Kim.
Cedric Quentin Murphy. Naichen Zhao.
Brandon Louie.
Stella Zung.
Sue Ann Ho. Jeremy Lee. Crystal Chang. Anita Liu.
Kyle Wong. Giovanni Mojica. Lucy Ravina.
Joseph Jin.
Sebastian Saphir. Yashish Monat. Jeffrey Danielle Mian Rosales. Yusuf Salib.
Nathan Daniel Fuentes.
Christian Morang Becerra. Jesus Villalobos.
Salvador Abelar Jr. Ruben Arturo Acosta Gil. Destiny Ung Luong.
Jorge Emmanuel Nunez. Jeremy Martinez Baltazar.
Desiree Garcia. Juan Aldama.
Bassem Magdi Mustafa. Michael Vizcarra. Adrian Dar Serapio.
Evan Hu. Billy Bao.
Katie Angustiri Yip.
Dan Cooper.
Yahya Sufyan Kataishat.
Hadami Ben Salam. Ricky Leo. Justin Y. Sue. Amrita Kale. Mila Batuyang. Tony Lee.
Chincharik Mitra. Kayvon Abui Merizi. Parham Sharafol Islami. Safer Rafi'i.
Faraz Gibkay.
Amir Shaker.
Bamdad Goshtazbi. Pilkyu Han. Audrey Choi.
Amy Matthews.
Justin Hong. Neiman Fez. Valentin Pierre Astier. Neiman Fez.
Nakul Srikanth. Jaden Moore. Kamal Nahas.
Jurius Kale.
Nitit Wewerweet.
Philip Lovrich. Lucas Lovrich.
Enzo Maciel.
Michael H. Campos. Noah David Camacho Medina.
Brendan Roberts.
Keen Bundacharn.
Omar Alexander Ramos.
Andrew Doudna Kate. Abhi Ganesh.
Julian Mendoza Contreras.
Karthik Dharmarajan. Michael Equi.
Zachary Nikhil Tam. Kim Pham.
Anish Kachinthaya. Siddharth Hari Ganesan.
Varun Nair.
Aryaman Darda. Venkata Sesha Sai Alapati. Wesley Lo Jong. Maithili Bapat. Aditi Gankota. Shomik Chakraborty.
Kathan Shah. Ray Chong Tung.
Michael Shagayev. Ayush Hariharan.
Surya Mahmud Yawa. Pavan Murugesh. Timothy Tucker. Aaron John Thomas.
Ashvin Kumaran.
Pranav Uni. Alexander Merrigan. Madeline McSwain.
Maz Akbar.
Roshan Thomas.
Abdul Ali Khan. Pratyush Das.
Thomas Walter Matthew.
Pinaki Bhagwan. Kaveen Kumaravel. Archit Das.
Mehar Samra.
Naman Kapasi. Anna Hagiwara.
Patrick Wang. David Jung. Justin Wong. Avinash Rao. Tony Shin.
Nathan Juan.
Anyan Xie.
Yusuf El Saifi.
Carter Watts.
Lucas William Armand. Pranab J. Kaluri. Shreyas Kalingal. Tianxing Guo.
Ida Ma. Laura Pei. Alexander Ng.
Bridget Ajari.
Irene Yang. Jackie Jiang Roche.
Hanson Lee. Edison Johan Guanuna. Brandon Guo. Dylan Getting. Joshua Cole Benson. Stephen Kreider. Drew Alakaiho Kringle. Joey Lederer.
Kaylin Such.
Ria Kumar.
Alicia Shanahan. Alexandro Orozco Camarillo.
Hannah Lee. Masha Bondarenko. Aya Galali Ahmed.
Jack Tien.
Gilberto Diaz. Paul Hano Lee.
Li Xiang Andy Yin. Min Suk Sun. Alvin Shu. Jenny Bao Win. Andrew Wong.
Ilya Kashani. Alexander Angulo Rios. Rohit Kanagal.
Aryan Virendra Shetty.
Kevin Min Yat Doan.
Noah Neufeld.
Abigail G. Delgado.
Drew Weish.
Sonia Quatra. Isabella Borkovich.
Oliver Yu.
Gaurav Bhatnagar. William Lynn.
Samantha Jewel Mosley. Lorenzo Rafael Mendoza Reyes.
Angela Gao.
Youngshi John.
Abe Kalra. Christopher Cho.
Inga Zuravleva.
Matthew Fogel. Harsha Gundala.
Jason Mooney.
Dylan William Hawk. Ryan Hahn.
Mahika Sharma.
Jiaming Lee.
Matthew Mahoney.
Kevin Liu.
Dhruti Pandya. Preeti Muthukumaran. Shrestha Vatsala. Shiv Sethi. Amal Thiru. Franz Izan Salisi.
Chris Wei Shun Lai.
Ryan Teo.
Tyler Kurth.
Dominic Ventimiglia.
Ashwin Gopalan. Shamer Kumar.
Rachel Sheen. Maya Thengi So. Myra M. Zamudio.
Sarthik Bhatnagar.
Kendall Schubert. Gaku Yamada.
Hunter Craig Christensen. Si Yang Chen. Jake Bringetto. Carl Isaac Knox.
Rithwik Mailavarapu.
Adham El-Arabawi. Akindu Dasanayaka.
Takashi Shu. Joshua Sai.
Matthew Burns.
Brian Yu. Adrian Montez de Oca. David Wong.
Napapone Chalam Shokcharin Kit.
Mad Yen Suong.
Kevin Tsai.
Amanda Emily Wong. Mi Lin Vu.
Erica Cardozo.
Ann Pham. Avni Vachani. Bailey Siegel.
Serby Jane. Jillian Goldberg. Kelly Hu. Anirudh Chaudhry. Michael Chen.
Brian Ju. Mitchell Zen. Kevin Shee. Prokan Majumdar. Cade Richard. Kai Sam. Lucas Olivo.
Henry Kong.
Vincent Jang. Pranit Panda.
Jonathan Guo. Jesse Lutan. Eric Diaz Macedo. Arda Ackman.
Anshul Paul.
Kirti Kumar. Pari Hebar.
Sadiku Obolu.
Kalib Dawit. Ellie Hubach.
Edward Park.
Edward Bean. David Lim.
Andrew Zhang. Kartavia Sharma.
Nicholas Lafia Arvin.
Curran Rehal. Garrett Moore. Alexander Volkov.
Alan Gu. Alden Lau. Luis Cermeño Faro.
Anand Shankar. Caroline Wu. Viraj Ramakrishnan. Arvind Vivekanandan.
Zach Ferry. Zhou Yi Chen. Yun Jae Huang. Wu Yang Kang.
Xavier Yin. Yoon Suk Yang.
Rayanne Lee.
Justin Ixiang Zhang.
Lawrence Lamb. Joey Lee.
Mingyan Wong.
Brian Lee. Eric Igareta. Nandini Agarwal. Arushi Agarwal.
Rithu Paramesh.
Kian Guan Ong.
Sanskar Siddharth.
Tony Hong. Shipranch Agarwal. Alice Hurston. Bandar Khalid Abdulaziz Al-Shalam. Rucha Acholkar. Richel Dhaliwal. Muhammad Majid Alatas. Anvita Kachintaya.
Haley Park. Omar Yu. Anirban Sarkar. Vincent Wang.
Sajid Ahmad.
Gina Wu. Alejandro Sanchez Osegueda.
Eran Kohan Behar.
Sebastian Manuel Ornelas. Jacqueline Perez.
Bill Hu.
Kevin Zhu.
Zonghan Chin.
Nathaniel O. Hannah Sua O.
Cassie Aref. Bo Wen Fan.
Neil Mushruwala.
Jalem Brar.
Jordan Yee. Kevin Thomas.
Ananya Suresh Bahugadumbi.
Hanson Vuong. Calvin Vu.
Jerry Liang.
Yuanxiu Wong. Quincy Pointer.
Timothy Guo.
Gunnar Singh Narula. Siddhant Sharma. Anya Shah.
Surya Rajan.
Robert Abhishek Alderman.
Anthony Salinas Suarez.
Juno Lee.
Seth Mulji. Kara Rizzardi. Albert Shu.
Jason Ding. Parth Asawa. Carol Lee. Aryan Jain.
Arvind Rajaraman.
Nitish Dashora. Aryan Goyal. Sid Iju.
Anirudh Narayanan.
Manav Ketan. Nadir Gugilla.
Kaushik Kunal Singh. William Walter Pierce.
Haram Joe. Max Lee.
Antonio Martin. Brandon Pania. Manishwaran Maheshwaran. Shamila Mansoor.
Morgan Liu. Christopher Avakian.
Alejandro Marquez Cervantes.
Johnny Lau.
Barry Tillage.
Joshua Lin. Pramit Krishna.
Jonathan Franklin Wong. Charles Shu. Ching Sung Xiao.
Marco Chen.
Suchith Paulyam.
Richard Lin. Patrick Tsui. Jeffrey Huang. Delanya Kure.
Chloe Jong. Caleb Metzler.
Jeffy Lee.
Kevin Wong.
Lizelle A. Chavez.
Gabriel Mitnick. Beyonce A. Schmolbach.
Yu Long. Ozzy Lee.
William Shu.
Sebastián Cardenas Escoto.
Aniri Divyesh Modi.
Kaushal Raman Karpuram.
Shannon Orr. Manas Trivedi.
Allison Jung.
Miranda Tao. Ashley Ye. Raymond Moe.
Kathir Kanan. Anderson Lam Wei Cheng. Peter Julian. Ronald Ariffin. Oscar Fernandez Paz. Jenny Kim.
Maya Stokowski. Coy Wynn. Miles Turman.
Elp Altug.
Sydney Tsai.
Leo Huang.
Jonathan Sun.
Dean Liu, I am honored to present the future changemakers, the amazingly talented candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering and Operations Research and the Bachelor of Arts degree in Operations Research and Management Science.
Jesse Raulio Trilliana Francisco. Roy Lynn. Isabella Marquez de Metz. Santiago Karam Padilla.
Jose Alvaro Frattini Santush. Jonathan Zvi.
Matthew Faisbach. Adrian Garcia Morales. Iliad Izadi.
Shayan Roeen. Hayes Newen.
Danny DeHell. Samantha Jillian Berry.
Siddharth Sridhar.
Giovanni Gina. Arman Hiranandani. Noah Getz. Laura Lira.
Joel Seong Sin. Ariel Chien.
Xin Chen. Jessica Angel Lee.
Peter Zhang.
Catherine Lee. Serafina Al Haddad. Liana Dagdevranel. Victor Moises Gutierrez Solis.
Shrikar Munakutla.
Aditi Venkatesh Bhatt.
Saloni Mohapatra.
Shrejal Luatel. Sebastian Bonifaci.
Krish Pramesh Rambia. Caden Sewell. Marco Antonio Morales. Anai Sordo Garcia. Joan Suwandi.
Gia Pauline Brigado. Erkan Attila Boskert.
Atman Mohanty. Sophia Wiener.
King Sun Ip. Yanyu Adrian Chan.
Wei Wei Wu.
Dean Liu, I am honored to present the Bachelor of Science degree candidates in the wonderful Department of Material Science and Engineering.
Stephen Anthony Salazar. Mac Sowers. Aaron Wong. Anderson Wong. Dang Koa Nguyen Ngoc.
Harold Thomas Greathouse III. Carlos Caravantes.
Pak Lam Wong. Colin Suits. Brendan Nathaniel Ungle. Clarissa Suoko. Nikhil Thalanki. Daniel Yao. Jiaho Yao.
Calton Kong. Brandon Liu.
Jennifer Toy. Robert Young. Armina Maya. Jessica Yen.
Anna Wang Yi Lee. Sophia Lafia Arvin.
Nala Peoples.
Joshua Lazovic. Sydney Hemingway.
Dean Liu, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering.
Colin Wills. Sophia Wong. Abhinav Subramanian.
Jonas Baran. Brandon Hanwad.
Connor Zakar.
Mirwais Fawad Lodin.
Liam McHugh.
Justin Waykeith Lee.
Urchin Saxena.
Jackson Hilton. Josh Jose Kabalavitil. Shrikar Gatapali. Arnav Gupta. Jamie Begg. R.J. Kelsey.
Sebastian Quiroz.
Preston M. Hong. Jason Kyle Amorin Lopez. Zachary Gwen Knapp.
Ty Schultz.
Stephen Garcia.
Thomas Shinji McCoy.
Rodrigo Blanco.
Fernando Medina. Dylan Rosario.
Conrad Revelant Keel.
William Shiflett. Aiden Dow White.
Andy Ho. Chi Xiang Lin. Ezra Lee. Alex Jeffrey Chung. Kobe Chung.
Johan Alexander Moran.
Jacob Wolf Goddessman. Parjeet Singh Kak. Song Jae An. Valentin Pierre Astier.
McKenna O'Keefe. Isabel Peloso.
Alex Garcia. Lawrence Allen.
Zeph Thomas. Jordan Schultz. Isaac Schultz.
Christopher Scott Leafstrand.
Daniel Pack.
Justin Byers.
Kyle Miller.
Catherine Howe. Luann Chuang. Troy Anthony Kaslinki. Caitlin Lee. Willem Cunin.
Ethan Pavlet. Thor Owis. Greg Salazar.
Michelle Olivia Klein.
Austin Portanez. Dylan Motley.
Evan Kaplan. Anugray Call. Cole Joseph Ibanez. Joseph Enoch Quo. Germaire Carr Clare.
Sebastian Ramos Rue.
Cormac Alonso.
Alexander Pluinski. Alex Nichai.
Jason William Bradford Jr.
Madeline Ng.
Danielle Hernandez. Eugene Jingwei Chen.
Jobinpreet Singh Muti. Serena Wee.
Sheikh Salman Ferdous. Koi Le. Miguel Jose Mariscal Baeza. Gilberto Diaz.
Aiden Joshua Sussman.
Cameron Cage.
Jason Sue.
Colby Gameros. Ethan Long. Noah Mitchell David.
Xing Yuan Sheng.
David Yun Tao Guo.
Hugo Maida. Elijah Marshall Prever. Bhavin Shah.
Cesar Marcelino Carvajal.
Daphna Renteria.
Samantha Averett.
Nicholas Young. Chester Zelaya. Shayan Mogadam.
Ibad Ali. Angel Miguel Garnica Navarro.
Angel Daniel Valdivia Arredondo.
Aldo Saul Hardinas. Alejandro Delgado Marquez.
Albert Tran. Joy Wong.
Yeji Lee. Alba Joy.
Catherine Page Ewan.
Luke Gargota. Jason Singh Katkar.
Brian Maya.
Ricardo Cano.
Sammy Sipasu.
Matthew Gerardo Garcia. Ronaldo Benjamin Lopez Tucush. Nicholas Moreno Lopez. Samuel Harris. Arjun Chauhan.
Derek Carlos Rodriguez. Adith Sundram. Zi Wong.
Yi Hong Ji. Lori Huang.
Matthew Thomas. Emiliano Maldonado. Jose Ramirez Jr. Brian Rodriguez. Noah Park.
Jesus Carpio.
Caitlin Thomas.
Wen Yang Fang.
Cindy Valenzuela Acosta. Rathika Marolia. Marcus O'Neill.
Christopher Patrick Brazda.
Tristan Wolf Schwab.
Richard Carleong. Carlson Ivanek Jansen. Peter Bata. Lucas Sebastian Borchin. Victor Manuel Camacho II. Haley Brower. Macy Juanita Aranda.
Carlos Eduardo Zepeda Velasquez. Aryan Sud.
Sukhpal Singh Gotra. Samir Khan.
Sukhbir Singh. Alan Manha.
Matthew Chen.
Agnese Isle Xochitl Sanavillo.
Lily Etzenbach.
Laura Sacristan Lagunas.
Eric Akira Hood. Yen Do.
Justin Nam. Adrian Moda.
Mirabelle Huang. Andrew Quan Ting Leo. Li Li. Chen Day.
Colby Winters.
Aiden Lee.
Kennedy Quay.
Dylan Lee. Athena Giovanna Lewis. Kate Gearhart.
Anthony Matthew Ewan. Luis Monsalve.
Yuxing Hubert Liu. Bo Yan Gan.
Nelson Wei Yang Sim. Van Khoi Vu. Phuc Nguyen. Huy Nam Tu. Darren Churong.
Matthew Min Kang. Riley Keenan Hernandez.
Eric Zapeta.
Zachary Dean Castler. Salvador Bravo. Azucena Escamilla Benavides.
Johanna Samayoa. David Soto Gonzalez. Sarah Wynn. Jacqueline Montoya.
Lucero Jones Ortiz.
Ranjani Nair.
Jaden Fan.
Bring it home, Max.
Exactly. We are the last major, so no need to hold back anymore. I'm expecting loud cheering for nuclear engineering. Dean Liu, I'm proud to present the candidate for the Bachelor of Science degree from the Department of Nuclear Engineering.
Youngjia Jimmy Shu. Eric Yu. Mark O'Shea.
Joy Raylin Larson.
Valentino Says.
Nathan Sidney Jones. Chris Escobar. Isabella Sophia Breadwell. Shireen Alea Icy. Nolan Inman Coet. Matthew Granados.
Danny Salakian.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to our entire class of 2024 bachelor's degree graduates. You are now and forever Berkeley engineers, graduates. You are graduates of the finest public university in the nation and one of the top engineering schools in the world. Be proud. Remember these years at Berkeley with fondness. Stay in touch with each other and with us through the contacts noted in your programs. We hope you will come back to share your experiences and impart your knowledge to the students who follow you. This concludes our commencement ceremony. We wish you the best to all our graduates. Go Bears!